Ladies and gentlemen, the first middleweight tournament finalist now set and ready to make his way to the cage, Vitor Vianna.
In the quarterfinal round, Vitor Vianna defeated Sam Alvey by split decision. In the semifinals, Vianna then defeated Ryan Baker by first-round TKO. Vitor Vianna holds the rank of black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He is a two-time world champion in the sport.
There are black belts, and then there are black belts. I say it all the time. He is a legit black belt, two-time world champion. Actually teaches at Vanderlei Silva's gym. This guy's lethal on the ground.
Vianna moved to the United States with his family from his native Brazil 3 years ago to advance his pro MMA career. Now fighting in what he calls the biggest MMA bout of his life, and he says that Shlemenko is the top opponent to date.
No, these are two guys who have a realistic idea of the other fighter's skills. He knows how good Shlemenko is, and Shlemenko knows how good he is.
Vianna does hold the record of 2-0 in pro Muay Thai, but he very quickly conceded that Shlemenko was a much better striker, but he also said that he feels he has a huge advantage over Shlemenko on the ground.
Well, you know, Shlemenko said about Brian Baker, he goes, hey, getting hit by him isn't like getting hit by me. I'm on another level, but going to the ground with anybody else is not like going to the ground with Vitor Vianna, so we'll see whose style wins out.
Vianna is so affable. He said, I wish we could start this fight with both Shlemenko and myself on our knees. I think that would give me a real advantage.
And now his opponent ready to make his way to the cage, the two-time middleweight tournament finalist, Alexander "Storm" Shlemenko.
Alexander Shlemenko defeated Zel Galicic in the quarterfinal round by way of first-round submission. In the semifinal, Shlemenko defeated Brian Rogers by second-round TKO. Shlemenko won Bellator's Season 2 middleweight tournament last year. With that win, he earned a world title shot versus champion Hector Lombard, which took place October of last year. It was Lombard defeating Shlemenko in a 5-round unanimous decision. Shlemenko told us, Jimmy, that since that loss, he has thought about a rematch with Hector Lombard, the champion, every single day. He now feels nervous, not because of Vianna, but because he is one win away from getting a rematch with the world champion Lombard.
You know, that's the thing. He's been obsessed with Hector Lombard, but has not looked past any of his opponents. When I talk about realistic assessment of skills, Shlemenko has that from Vianna. He knows how tough he is, knows how capable he is. He's not looking past him or anyone else.
Alexander Shlemenko is 27 years old, 4 years younger than Vitor Vianna. This is the 16th pro MMA fight for Vianna and the 50th pro MMA fight for Shlemenko, who made his pro MMA debut in Siberia, February of 2004.
Now, it's one of those things where you go, you asked in the interview, you said, oh, you don't think he's the best grappler you've ever faced. This guy took on Jacare. He's fought amazing, amazing talent in the cage. Not a lot he hasn't seen.
Our tale of the tape is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
And you talk about that record, like we said, Alexander Shlemenko, his 50th professional fight. Vitor Vianna, an outstanding record, but has not been around the block as many times as Alexander Shlemenko.
Let's now send it back up to Michael Williams.
From Casino Rama Bellator Fighting Championships on MTV2, on FX2 in HD, and on the Score here in Canada, tonight along with Everlast, greatness is within. Now present the Bellator Season 5 Middleweight Tournament Championship. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports. And now set for 3 5-minute rounds, we introduce first the red corner. At 6 foot, he weighed in at 184 pounds even. As a professional, 13 victories, 1 defeat with 1 draw. By way of Brazil, he fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Vitor Vianna. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner at 5'11", weighing in at 185 and 1/2 pounds. The Season 2 tournament champion and former world title challenger. Tonight enters the cage with 42 professional wins, 7 losses. Fighting out of Omsk, Russia, introducing Alexander "Storm" Shlemenko. And the third man inside the cage, referee Jaron Vallel.
Gentlemen, bring it in, please. Gentlemen, defend yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Fight clean, fight hard, touch gloves if you'd like to. Come out ready to fight. All the way back.
Tonight's Bellator Tournament Championship fights are under the unified rules of MMA, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Elbows to the head are allowed. The Bellator Season 5 Middleweight Tournament Championship, $100,000 and a world title shot versus Hector Lombard to the winner, round number 1. Tonight's fight clock is brought to you by this year's most anticipated game, Skyrim, available now, rated M for mature.
Now, Shlemenko might respect the ground game of Vianna. I don't think he necessarily respects the wrestling ability. I think he's going to stay aggressive on the feet.
Vitor Vianna is in the white and black trunks. Alexander Shlemenko is in the black trunks. Jaron Valel is the referee.
Oh,
good left hand.
Oh, Vitor Vianna firing back, though.
Knee by Vianna, then the uppercut. That backs off Shlemenko. Vianna said emphatically he wants to get this fight to the ground, but he's not going to rush in and get caught.
Also, Vianna doesn't have that outstanding wrestling background. We saw Shlemenko be very aggressive against Jared Hess and Hector Lombard, who have great takedown skills.
Shlemenko said, I know he's coming for the takedown. I want to catch him with a clean knee and knock him unconscious when he shoots in.
It's a very specific game plan, but I like it. Vianna now looks like he's working the body lock, not giving Shlemenko any space at all. One thing is, Shlemenko not very big for this weight class. He's a small middleweight. Oh, good right hand.
Right hand and also a slip from Shlemenko. Vianna did not pounce. Shlemenko now the knee, driving forward. Will we find out who assaulted James Storm before his rematch with Bobby Roode last week? And did AJ Styles get revenge at Turning Point? Tune in to an all-new Impact Wrestling Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Spike.
Man, Vitor really letting go. Good uppercut.
Uppercut. Shlemenko missing with the left hand. Shlemenko said that he thinks Vianna's strength, beyond the obvious, which is on the ground as jiu-jitsu, is that he is patient and he is safe in the stand-up.
Oh, he's a very smart fighter, but he's growing in confidence. He's trading some punches with Shlemenko. Every punch he lands, that confidence is going to grow, because right now, he's in Shlemenko's world and doing comparatively well.
This is Shlemenko's 8th fight in Bellator Fighting Championships. Vianna's his first opponent of those 8 who actually spoke respectfully about the spinning back strikes of Shlemenko.
I know, everybody says, it's not going to happen to me, those things aren't going to work on me. Vitor thinks, hey, that's an outstanding technique. I do not want to get caught within those spinning punches, because they can be devastating.
You think that's a more realistic approach?
I think so, and they can be demoralizing because you don't see them coming. Oh, nice left hook.
Left hook by Shlemenko. Spinning back kick there. So much push at the end by Shlemenko on those spinning strikes.
Well, this fight has been all stand-up, and Shlemenko not just having his way with Vianna. Vianna's had his moments, landed some good counter shots.
Vianna said that he must keep his hands up at all times. It is imperative to do so.
One thing he has is tremendous respect for Shlemenko's knockout power.
Right hand in the miss, just left. The left hand just misses from the Brazilian Vitor Vianna. That's a good chopping kick by Vianna. Still the Russian. Shlemenko comes forward. Spinning back kick just misses the mark. Vianna staying at a respectful distance. He's not trying to crowd and get into the pocket. Feint with the right hand. Vianna just missing with the right of his own. It's Vianna on his bicycle, moving to his right and moving away from Shlemenko, who comes forward. Shlemenko trying to walk down his man.
No, he spent a lot of time so far standing with Shlemenko. Hasn't changed levels, hasn't gone for that double leg, hasn't really committed to the takedown. With the body lock against the fence, but hasn't changed level and tried to dive in for a single or a double leg.
Shlemenko did say if he finds himself on the ground in this fight, even though he's worked a lot on improving his grappling, he's not going to play against Vianna. He's going to try to explode back to his feet as quickly as possible.
Vitor Vianna talked a lot when we talked to him about footwork, about moving around and angling. He's doing that very well so far.
Shlemenko again coming forward. Final minute of round 1. Vianna partially caught that kick. Shlemenko just missed with the left hand.
Oh, that grazed him.
By and large, in round number 1, it's Shlemenko coming forward. I say that, Jimmy, because our 3 Province of Ontario judges perhaps will take note. You and I both know that boxing and MMA judges oftentimes will favor the fighter who is coming forward.
All things being equal, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to judge aggression and ring control. In this case, cage control, and that so far has been Shlemenko.
All stand up in round 1.
Stop. Your corner. Good job.
Our Bellator girls, Mercedes Terrell and Jade Bryce, indicating that round 2 is upcoming. This is Bellator's Season 5 Middleweight Tournament Championship, round number 2. Jimmy, how do you see this fight through round 1?
You know, 10-9 first round for Alexander Shlemenko. He was the aggressor. He was moving forward. He showed cage control. Neither guy landing, you know, enough to win the striking battle, really. You know, neither guy landing significant strikes, but Shlemenko certainly controlling the action.
This tournament championship, a check for $100,000 and a world title shot versus Bellator's reigning 185-pound world champion Hector Lombard, all to the winner. Vitor Vianna is in the white and black trunks. Alexander Shlemenko is in the black trunks.
Good left hand by Shlemenko against the fence.
Again, Vianna said he wanted to get this fight to the ground, but he was going to be patient. And Shlemenko said, I know that my opponent, Vitor Vianna, is an extremely patient and safe fighter.
That's nice, but you can let a lot of rounds go by being patient.
And again, because this is for a tournament championship and not for a world title, we're going 3 5-minute rounds, not 5 5s. Shlemenko really letting go with the hands now. Still, Vianna comes right back forward.
Look at Shlemenko, so good at keeping that range. He's so good from the outside with those spinning moves. You think you're out of range, but you're not.
Shlemenko loading up. There's a good body kick by Shlemenko. Be sure to follow Bellator's founder and CEO, Bjorn Rebney, on Twitter at Bjorn Rebney. Vianna just sticking out the left hand. Shlemenko just missing the mark with that head kick.
Vianna trying to load up big shots. The problem is they're easy to see, just like that. It's easy to see that big right hand coming at you, especially if you have the striking experience of Shlemenko.
2 fighters really clear in how they broke down their opponent, seeing their strengths, seeing their weaknesses. I think very honest assessments. Something we don't get a lot of from fighters.
Very true. Professional liars.
Good uppercut there, then a straight left hand. Flush on the bridge of the nose by Shlemenko, then a right left. Spinning back fist by Shlemenko.
Oh,
good body shot. Vianna tries to tie his man up. Shlemenko just pulls out.
See, Shlemenko's now starting to get confident, starting to loosen up. Vianna threw some hard shots trying to counter, but I think Shlemenko now has confidence that he's going to see those punches coming.
Shlemenko talking about Hector Lombard in a rematch as much as he talked about his opponent Vitor Vianna coming into this fight. Driven to the point of obsession is Shlemenko with having a rematch against Lombard, Bellator's world champion who defeated Shlemenko in a 5-round unanimous decision October of last year. The winner, of course, will face Lombard. Big shots from Shlemenko. Body kick.
Oh, good right hand. The problem is Vianna's staying on the outside. That's where Shlemenko is so dangerous. Vianna has a better chance getting in close quarters and going toe-to-toe, I think, with the punches.
That spinning back kick deftly blocked by Vitor Vianna. Vianna talked about keeping his hands up, but they're starting to drop a little bit here in the latter stages of round 2, Jimmy.
Vianna just spending a lot of time looking at Shlemenko from a distance, anticipating, waiting for him to do something.
Bouncing the step now of the Russian Alexander Shlemenko.
Alexander's content to fight this kind of fight the entire time, on his toes, on the outside. He'll pick you apart all day if you let him. Vianna needs to change something up here.
Vianna trying to counter with the right hand. Now stepping forward is the Brazilian Vitor Vianna. Shlemenko on his bicycle. Rare time in this fight. Good left hand there by Vitor Vianna. The kick by Shlemenko partially caught.
Stop.
Time called by referee Jaron Valel.
I think he saw a cup shot.
Time.
Good awareness to catch that.
Low blow. Vianna now has up to 5 minutes to recover.
See if we can take a look at it here. Inside trading, bang! Knee right to the cup.
Time, stand by. Fighter.
Shlemenko, you saw touching gloves with him. He knew he hit him in the cup. Oh, good right hand.
Vianna taking nowhere close to the 5 minutes, only took a few seconds. In fact, time back in round 2.
Another good left.
Look at the bounce in Shlemenko's step now. Vianna, that's a good inside kick. Spinning back fist, just missed the mark. There was a lot behind that spinning back fist from Shlemenko. Hands down now for Vianna. And again, I pointed out because he was so emphatic, I have to keep my hands up. Easier said than done. As the body fatigues, the hands come down.
Let's go, gentlemen.
Spinning back kick there by Shlemenko. Alexander Shlemenko feeling good about his performance through 10 minutes.
Good job, gentlemen. Alex.
A sold-out crowd is in attendance tonight as Bellator is back in Canada. We're at the stunning Casino Rama north of Toronto in Rama, Ontario. Heading into our third and final round, the final fight of Bellator Season 5 middleweight tournament. $100,000 in a world title shot versus the champion Hector Lombard to the winner. Jimmy, how do you see this fight?
I see it as Vitor Vianna needs to do something big in this third round. I have him down 2 rounds to none.
Vitor Vianna is in the white and black trunks. Alexander Shlemenko is in the black trunks. Shlemenko to the body with the left hand. Again, Vianna, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a 2-time world champion in the sport, and it's been all stand-up.
Shlemenko now dancing, hands down. Starting to feel that swagger. He's got a lot of confidence right now.
There's a bad abrasion that's about to become a cut, the outside of Vianna's left eyebrow. Shlemenko's face is clean thus far. Shlemenko with the left to the body, couldn't find the mark. Jimmy, Vianna feels that he will absolutely dominate his opponent, Alexander Shlemenko, on the ground. Is it to the point now in this fight where you think he has to take a chance, try to get this fight down to the mat?
He says he'll dominate Shlemenko on the ground. I might be king on Mars. I've never been there. And he's got to get him down. He's got to do something with it. So far, he has not done that.
Line of the night, Jimmy.
That's true. You know, people say, oh, I'll beat this guy on the ground. You got to take him down and get there. And right now, he's on the feet where he is not winning.
Shlemenko saying, come on, then unloading. Just missed with the head kick.
Got to get him there. And right now, backpedaling, not changing level, not committing to a takedown, that's not going to do it.
Shlemenko now appears totally at ease, striking with Vitor Vianna, lands a big kick. Step in right, then the left, and the right by Shlemenko.
He's treating this like bag work now.
Look at the hands of Shlemenko. Roy Jones Jr.-esque, circa 1995. Not the 2011 Roy Jones.
Don't confuse the kids here.
There's the takedown off of the spinning back fist. First time we've been to the ground.
Wow, now he's got him.
Vianna now taking the back.
One hook in, what can he do with it?
Thinking rear naked choke is Vitor Vianna. Shlemenko trying to keep his composure.
Lost the hook. He's trying to drag Shlemenko down.
And Shlemenko out of danger. Vianna just pushes his man somewhat frustratingly away.
Well, they were briefly on Mars. He just couldn't do enough with it.
True to his word, Shlemenko said, I'm not going to play on the ground with Vianna. I'm going to try to pop back to my feet. Here's Shlemenko coming forward. Closing stages of this third and final round. The Bellator Season 5 Middleweight Tournament Championship. Only Pat Curran has won 2 Bellator tournaments. Spinning back fist and a miss by Shlemenko. Shlemenko now attempting to win his second. Curran winning Bellator's Season 2 155-pound tournament. And Bellator's 2011 145-pound Summer Series tournament. Shlemenko winning at 85 in Season 2 last year and trying to win at 85 here in Season 5. Shlemenko now walking down his man. Counter left by Vianna. Shlemenko in a suplex position, instead throws the knee. I don't think he'll go for a suplex.
I don't think he will either. I think he's going to keep this and maybe throw some knees.
Instead he throws big left hands.
Left hook ain't bad either.
Vianna walking forward, hands down. Side kick there by Shlemenko.
Only Hector Lombard has stood up with Shlemenko and been successful. That's it. Everyone else who has tried to stand up with him, it's been exactly this. They've gotten beaten up.
Fight number 50 for 27-year-old Alexander Shlemenko of his pro MMA career, and looking for victory 43.
Let's go, gentlemen.
Nobody has won anything yet. Keep that in mind. Our 3 judges assigned by the province of Ontario here in Canada. Shlemenko telling Vianna to come on. Look at Shlemenko, he's almost clowning.
Almost, he's clowning. He has his hands down at his hips.
It's the stoic Russian version of clowning, Jimmy.
He's not saying anything. Body language is universal.
It's not Jorge Paez in there, come on.
You did not just throw an Jorge Paez reference.
Spinning back fist by Vianna turns out to be a really terrible idea.
Fight!
Shlemenko letting his man up, as one would expect. Shlemenko's not about to dive in now. Alexander Shlemenko on cruise control. Another side kick. Jump knee misses by Vianna. The bell and the end of the fight. When we return, we will learn the winner of Bellator's Season 5 middleweight tournament. It will be Vitor Vianna or Alexander Shlemenko. This is Bellator. The Bellator Season 5 middleweight tournament championship has gone the distance. Jimmy, on your unofficial scorecard.
30-27. I don't see how you can see it any other way, but a decision win for Shlemenko.
To learn the winner of this fight in the Season 5 middleweight tournament championship, we send it back to Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this tournament championship, we will go to your judges' scorecards. Judge David Tillien scores the fight 29-28, while judges Jason Rogers and Dr. Greg Jackson both see the fight 30-27, all for the winner by unanimous decision. Now the Bellator Season 5 middleweight tournament champion, Alexander "Storm" Shlemenko.
Alexander Shlemenko, his 43rd pro MMA win in 50 fights. He will receive $100,000, and more importantly to him, a rematch versus Bellator's reigning middleweight world champion, Hector Lombard. Here's Jimmy Smith with Alexander Shlemenko.
I'm here with your middleweight tournament champion, Alexander Shlemenko. Alexander Vitor Vianna, a very dangerous fighter, but had nothing for you tonight, an outstanding performance.
Виктор Вианна очень опасный боец, но сегодня он ничего не смог тебе противопоставить. Отличный бой сегодня. Что ты можешь на это сказать?
Хочу сказать, что Витор Вианна очень сильный. Большое спасибо ему за бой. Не ожидал, что будет такой тяжелый бой для меня. Он по праву занял место в финале.
I really respect Vitor Vianna. He is very, very tough opponent. And even though I respect him a lot, I didn't expect this fight to be that tough. So he is a great fighter, and it was an honor for me to fight him.
Bjorn Rebney, of course. Has any fighter been as consistent as Alexander Shlemenko? 2 middleweight tournaments, 2 middleweight tournament championships. He defines toughness.
Yeah, great performance, great fight. Next up, Hector Lombard, your rematch that you've wanted for the world title.
Now, we know Hector's watching this fight. You know he's interested. You have a message for Lightning Hector Lombard, the middleweight champion.
Мы знаем, что Гектор этот бой смотрел. Есть ли у тебя послание для Гектора Ломбарда?
Как Гектор видел, я прошел до него, дошел до него опять. И сейчас я буду готов намного лучше, чем тогда. И пусть Hector ready.
Как Гектор мог, how Hector could see, I won the tournament, so I'll be ready to fight him, and he better be ready too.
That's a championship fight we're all looking forward to. A big hand for your middleweight tournament champion, Alexander "the Storm" Shlemenko.